Hey everyone, welcome to the M&R show. I'm Ronald.
And I'm Malcolm.
Hey,
Hey.
we're taking off.
Taking off, man. This is our first time doing this. We started with the podcast, now we're going with the YouTube, man. It's crazy.
Like, M&R to YouTube. That's our slogan. Hashtag M&R to YouTube. So this is like, how you feeling, Malcolm?
I feel great, man. I was waiting for this moment all week, like be able to have the opportunity to actually have a podcast that everyone can see my face, see how I can be able to react to some of the crazy stuff that you say all the time. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm just very excited about this. I think we're transitioning and we've been growing with you all. Thanks for everyone that's been supporting us. We just definitely just been growing more and more and more throughout each episode. Now, for our first topic of the day, we have, who would you rather build your team around? Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid?
So we're talking about this year, right? Are we going to talk about this year, or are you talking about trying to talk about the future?
We're talking about this year, but then also you have to think, okay, you have to at least give it 3 more, like this plus the next 3 years, because you can't just talk about this year, because that's too,
All right, so if we're talking about that, it's obvious it should be Joel Embiid. Number one, let's go ahead and talk about this. Last year, Joel Embiid averaged 27 points per game, 13 rebounds a game. He had a very good team that surrounded him. It was a very good fit for the team. This year, he's averaging 22 and 12. But let's not get from the fact that the fit that he has on his team is really bad. The only person who can really shoot on that starting five is Josh Richardson. Al Horford is not a consistent shooter, which we all know that. Ben Simmons, we got to say anything about Ben Simmons?
Yeah, he can't really shoot.
He only made 2 threes this whole year. And then, you have Joel Embiid, who is very dominant in paint, who could have that 3-point shot, but his game is dominant in the paint, all right? One of the problems that we talk about all the time is between Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is talking about, man, can they fit together, or, which one should be on the court, which one should not be on the court. I just think that Joel Embiid should stay on the court, because if you look at his net rating, Joel Embiid has a better net rating than Ben Simmons has this year, all right? Another thing is that when Joel Embiid's on the court, they have one of the best defensive teams. They have one of the best defenses in the league right now. All right, and I understand that people saying, yes, he took a step back. Yes, he's not doing that good, or yes, he's been struggling. But at the end of the day, when Joel Embiid's on the court, Philadelphia has one of the best defensive teams in the league. When he's off, they shoot up to they allow 106 points per game, which is by far one of the worst in the league.
It's not the Wizards, but.
It's not the Wizards, but
they're 115s. There's our defensive rating, but
I understand. But yes, I understand that Ben Simmons creates that type of vibe for you. He's that once in a generational type player. Because he play makes. He sometimes scores on the block, and then not on the 3-point line, on the block.
On the block.
Yeah, and he's one of the best defensive perimeter defenders that we have in this league right now. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about somebody who wants to be a franchise player, we're talking about Joel Embiid, all right? Joel Embiid is the franchise player. He's one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. He's the reason why people say a lot about who's going to guard Joel Embiid, because that's all that matters, Joel Embiid. How do you feel, man?
Well, I know one of our earlier podcasts, I said I would pick Joel Embiid over Karl-Anthony Towns. And to be honest, I think both of our takes have been looking a little worse each time, because both of them are having pretty rough seasons.
Well, Karl-Anthony Towns hasn't had a bad
season.
He's
been hurt.
He's just been hurt.
And he's hurt again.
I feel you.
So it's and then, Joel's always hurt. That's kind of his MO. He's always hurt, or he's playing, half effort and that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely would build around Ben Simmons. For one, Ben Simmons is younger. That's always you have to take that into, a smaller account. Their age is not that far apart, but he is younger. Also, this is a guards league now. And he's a 6'10" point guard, and he's probably, I personally believe Ben Simmons is the #1 defensive point guard in the NBA. Well, first, he was guarding Kawhi. What was that, 2 nights ago? Kawhi did have 30. But in the fourth quarter in overtime, Kawhi was, 3 for 9. So Ben Simmons is so versatile defensively, and that's because that was his calling card. Basically, is defense and playmaking. Everything else is kind of he's getting into it. Scoring, because he doesn't have the Giannis edge. Because you're okay, he has the skill set of Giannis, but he doesn't have the Shaquille O'Neal takeover. Either does Joel Embiid, to be honest. But he doesn't have that personality to just take over a game. But I don't know. Ben Simmons is still an all-star. A lot of people hate on Ben Simmons a lot. I mean, I'm one of the people that get very frustrated because I believe he can shoot. I don't believe just if I watch somebody in the practice just make 10 straight threes, they just can't shoot at all. To me, that just doesn't make sense because if anyone has played basketball, you understand that it doesn't matter if you're wide open or not, hitting 10 straight threes is just not the easiest thing in the world to do. Also, when he's taking his threes in the game, even the ones that have been missed, I'm like, oh, that's actually a nice looking jump shot. So to me, it's more about Brett Brown than actually Ben Simmons. Even with the Joel Embiid, because he can also push Embiid to be more in shape and other different types of things.
So you're talking about Ben Simmons had a nice jump shot. I don't think so, to be honest.
It looks good to me.
But I got a question. Who do you think can guard Joel Embiid healthy?
Joel Embiid can guard Joel Embiid because he takes 50% of the plays off. So that's what I'm telling you, he's going to guard him. I mean, technically, if the only person that has guarded him well ever has only been Al Horford, and now they play together. So it should be no one, as I know that when I picked the 76ers to win the championship this year. Well, I picked them to go to the championship this year. So that's what I said would happen. But just the way Joel Embiid, he's flirting with Jimmy Butler on Instagram. I don't like it.
I mean, this is the point, though. You got to understand that we are focusing on Joel Embiid this, Joel Embiid that. We got to really look at the front office, especially the coach, all right?
Elton Brand's done a great job.
You said what?
I think Elton Brand's done a great job.
Elton Brand has done a great job, but the fit that he has right now,
the fit is very bad.
It's very bad.
I was going to get into that, yeah.
We let go, you let go J.J. Redick, right? One of your best three-point shooters on the team.
Very terrible.
Right? You let go Jimmy Butler, one of your best closers on the team, all right? And you put in guys like, Al Horford, who hasn't been a very good three-point shooter.
Mike Scott.
You put in guys, Mike Scott was on the bench anyway, so it really didn't matter. But, you put in Tobias Harris, who is out of position. These players are out of position,
Yeah.
Jason Richardson usually plays the three. Al Horford is really a 5, which is crazy and acknowledges at the fact that he thinks that
he's a 4. He's not a 4.
He's never been a 4 in his whole career. So you have Al Horford, who's playing the 4. You have Tobias Harris, who is a small ball 4, who's playing the 3. Which is out of his position.
That's huge.
Exactly. And
for a small 4.
And other than scoring, which he's been doing very good, he's averaging 19 a game, averaging about 45% from the field. He's been bad passing. His decision making has been very bad.
Toby?
Yeah, Tobias Harris. And so there's like a lot of things that's going on, which I give Elton Brand props of last year of what he did last year. But this year is not translating to something that you really want to translate to as a championship team.
Yeah, he really went like talent over chemistry and fit. I also think that I don't know, this is just so weird to me because he also should never have let Jimmy Butler go in the first place. Because they still could have beat that Toronto team. It literally was a Game 7, a bounce-in shot that really broke up the 76ers.
It was literally like a
game away. Like that was Game 7
away of potentially going to the finals and potentially winning it.
Yeah, but basically, I wanted to get just my last thing is I feel like if you traded Embiid, we're gonna do this. You do your part. So if you traded Embiid, I think they added another wing and you just moved everyone down besides Ben Simmons. I think it'd be perfect. I don't know, maybe if they trade, just say, okay, this wouldn't be a good trade, but for fit purposes, it'd be a good trade. So I know OKC, they need stars. They give OKC Joel Embiid, and they say, oh, here goes Chris Paul and Gallinari or somebody like that, which would be a steal for OKC. But fit-wise, you have another point guard, take the load off Ben Simmons, who can also shoot. Chris Paul's kind of old. And Gallinari is, of course, another shooter. So fit-wise, that's just the type of look that the 76ers need is another guard and another shooter that's 6'6"-ish.
Chris Paul wrong. And we're talking about fit. You want a new fit, right?
Fit.
That's exactly what you said, right?
Chris Paul can shoot and he can ball handle.
But you have Ben Simmons who can't shoot.
I feel that, but at the same time, has everyone seen Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is my second favorite player.
Who can shoot?
Has everyone seen him? He could not shoot that good last year. But Chris Paul, when he works with you, Chris Paul likes to mentor younger players. Chris Paul is known not to work with people that don't listen, and people like James Harden want to keep dribbling. Which Ben Simmons is. He's a team player. Ben Simmons is going to do what the team wants him to do. He's not that type of guy to go against the grain. So I just feel like I'm not saying Chris Paul has to go there because that would be a terrible trade. OKC does have a lot of first-round picks. So if they gave maybe 3 firsts, Chris Paul, Gallinari, and maybe another person, that wouldn't be terrible. But would they really do that? Yeah, they still have Steven Adams, you know what I'm saying? But just based on spacing, Ben Simmons needs space. What do you think about, like, what would be if they traded Ben Simmons, who would you want to go there, or what type of guard would you need to replace Ben Simmons?
Okay, so if I'm trying to trade Ben Simmons, I'm looking at the Portland Trail Blazers, calling them up, hey, man, I got Ben Simmons for you who's a lot cheaper. If you could just give me Dame.
They're not trading David.
But if you got to think of this.
If you said CJ McCollum, okay.
Think of this. You know, you understand that Portland hasn't been doing nothing lately, all right?
Okay.
And, you know, okay, you haven't done nothing lately. You're already at the luxury tax. You're paying all that luxury tax for what? Y'all are 9th or 10th in the Western Conference, all right?
Maybe Ben Simmons and Al Horford and a pick.
Think of this. You put Ben Simmons. Okay, you can put Al Horford, which I don't really think that would be
a big deal.
Salary caps. Yeah. But, I mean, you put Ben Simmons up there, right? You got CJ McCollum. You got shooters all around, all right? And, you know, you got Justin Nurkic in the paint and stuff like that, right? You go ahead, bring Damian Lillard to the Philadelphia 76ers. Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid pick and roll. Tell me who's going to stop it.
Well, first, Damian Lillard and anybody in pick and roll who's going to stop it because he's the best point guard in the NBA right now. But so, that's just such a fantasy for me because he's literally, to me, the best point guard in the NBA right now. Nobody's playing better than Damian Lillard this season as a point guard. Because, of course, Curry's out. Westbrook and James Harden are kind of like fighting for point guard minutes. You know, James Harden is averaging 35. He's averaging like 35 on like 35 shots. But
we'll definitely talk about this later on. We'll have him talk about that.
Okay.
Continue though.
But anyway, that's all I just say. Now we're definitely going to transition to our next topic, which is, you know, I've been seeing a lot of BS on the internet. And I've been seeing Tom Brady to Dallas, and it's been really pissing me off. So, Malcolm, do you think that if Tom Brady did go to Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys would win a Super Bowl?
You're asking me because, I mean, what's going on with this? You're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most laughingstock organizations in the league.
No. Laughingstock is the Bengals.
You're talking about a team who always think every single year that they're going to make the Super Bowl. They were 3-0 last year.
No one said that. No one was that hype.
You wasn't that hype.
No one was that hype. I said when we play the Saints and we play New England, I'll have a great, you know, outing because Jason Garrett usually cannot coach up to his opponent.
So you tell me, Ron, you did not try to put them in the conversation with all the top teams in the conference, talking about they have a chance still to make the playoffs?
Oh yeah, I did think they had a chance to make the playoffs.
Or make the Super Bowl?
I did think they had a chance to make the Super Bowl.
All right, but I mean, as you can see, Dak Prescott didn't do anything.
Okay, let's not put it on Dak Prescott. With the fourth QB in the league, Brady had 13th, by the way. Just put that in context.
Okay, so let's put that in context. All right, we're not putting everything on Dak Prescott. Let's talk about coaching. All right, okay, that's good. If we bring somebody like Tom Brady, all right, now let's make sure everybody understands. I want to make sure the Cowboys fans understand what Tom Brady is, who Tom Brady is. He has won more Super Bowls than the Cowboys have. You keep on saying that. Actually, he has done a lot more in the postseason than the Cowboys have since you were born, since I was born. I haven't seen the last time the Cowboys actually went to the NFC Championship game. Have you seen?
I haven't actually, sadly.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure, you know. If we're talking about right now, we're talking about what quarterback is going to be able to bring the Cowboys up to contention-wise. We're talking about Tom Brady, all right? Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks ever, all right? His competitiveness is top-notch, something that we have never seen in a while, all right? You bring Tom Brady into the Cowboys organization where you deal with the likes of Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, all right? McCartney, I forgot his name. McCartney.
Okay, here's a ring. Let's not act like you don't know who he is.
But Aaron Rodgers was one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, wanted him to leave.
He had an okay game.
So you bring Tom Brady to that organization, which they have never was accustomed to, you know, winning in the postseason. You bring Tom Brady in there, which gives y'all hope because Tom Brady has one of the best postseason stats ever. Like, he consistently plays good in the regular season and playoffs. That's something that you cannot say about the Dallas Cowboys at all. With Dak Prescott, yes, I understand he had a very good year this year. Yes, I understand that he, like, top 5 in quarterback QBR rating since he's gotten the league, all right? But at the end of the day, we looking at the postseason, all right? Everybody loves the regular season. Okay, you could do everything in the regular season, but we're talking about postseason. You want to win championships, not just look nice, all right? You want to be the American team. If you want to be the American team, you got to win Super Bowls. And if you're talking about right now, I think that Dak Prescott is the one that's not Dak Prescott is the one that's not going to help out. I think it's Tom Brady is the one that's going to be able to uplift the team and not worry about who's going to do this, who's going to do that. I think Tom Brady has weapons that he didn't have in Patriots. You have, you have Ezekiel Elliott, you have Amari Cooper, you have Randall Cobb. You have all these guys, and there's more. You have all these guys. You have that defense that's very good. You have the offensive lines.
Not good.
You have the offensive lines, which is one of the best in the league, if not the best. Tom Brady did not have that last year. So just imagine what Tom Brady can do with all them options, especially in the playoffs. Just imagine.
Well, let me tell you all the last time Tom Brady has had options. He's 0-3 in the Super Bowl. He is yet to win a Super Bowl with a number one receiver.
Say it again. 0-3 in the Super Bowl. At least he got there.
I guess if that's an accomplishment, I guess, But, yeah, when Tom Brady had Randy Moss, 18-0, loss. Anytime he had Wells Walker, loss. But we've had just Julian Edelmans and the Troy Browns and the I can make anything work Super Bowls, James White's, he's won. Because that's his brand, is making anything work. Tom Brady is not that good with stars. Tom Brady is not that good with Tom Brady's really never even had that good of an offensive line. So we're acting like he's had this before and it's worked. We don't know if it's going to work. It's been 20-something years. So by giving him all these weapons, Brady has that real complicated system, and he doesn't have an arm anymore. So he's not throwing past 30 yards. So all those, he doesn't really need a deep threat, which Amari Cooper is a deep threat. Gallup, I think, led the league in like 20, well, I think it was third in like 20-plus yard catches. So you have receivers that can stretch the field, but can his arm even make it? No. They claimed that we had this good defense. They were 32nd in turnovers. How good can you be if you don't turn it?
But you just said Tom Brady will make anything work. He's used to making stuff work.
He's usually making bad things work.
Have you seen that Dallas Cowboys franchise? That is something to make work, all right? The dysfunction that's going on with the Dallas Cowboys franchise.
They'll be fine.
You bring in Tom Brady in there, which makes something work, just like you said. Will actually do something. You're talking about 0-3 in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He's 0-3
with
in the
good
Super
players.
Bowl. With good players. But at the end of the day, he has good players in the Cowboys. So if you have good players on the Cowboys, just imagine what he could do. He can go to the Super Bowl. If he lose, he lose. But at the end of the day, y'all can say something about going to the Super Bowl because y'all always say something
We don't care about that in Dallas.
Y'all don't care about that.
We want to win.
So,
we win Super Bowls, Dallas. We don't want to just go, just to
win
go.
Super Bowl.
I'd rather just not
When's the last
go.
time y'all won a Super Bowl?
95.
Was you born then?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, well, we still got 5.
You won't thought of. So I'm just saying, like, you're talking
don't
about,
go.
You're talking about
That's going to break my heart even more.
Don't
even go. If you're going to lose, don't go.
Cowboys fans, I want to make sure you understand this. If y'all want to be American, y'all want to be the American team, y'all need to win Super Bowls. Y'all need to at least go to Super Bowl. Y'all need to at least go to the NFC Championship that y'all haven't been in a long time, all right?
We'll
you
get
have
there.
Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones has done something that he hasn't done in a while. He put a good team in place for y'all, all right?
He put a good coach in place. We haven't had that in 20 years. That's the main problem. We haven't had a good coach.
And you think Mike McCarthy is the better coach out of everybody? I think.
I think he's the best. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFC right now.
In the NFC right now?
Yeah.
Better than who?
The other coaches? Who's winning the Super Bowl in the NFC?
Sean McVay? He's better than Sean McVay.
Sean McVay has a Super Bowl?
He's better than Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan has a Super Bowl?
Oh, so you're talking about
actually, Kyle Shanahan lost 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
Let's actually go with that.
Okay.
Sean McVay, Sean McVay lost Super Bowl. The other team scored 9 points. No. Don't talk to me. You're supposed to be offensive girl, but you couldn't score 9 points.
Okay.
Also, let's talk about that, is that there's no way that Brady win the Super Bowl only scoring 9 points for the Cowboys. You know why? Because we're not that lucky. We're just never going to be that lucky. Brady's biggest thing is that he's had multiple lucky breaks. We don't get those in Dallas. So you have to just be gritty and just win. There's no tuck rule. There's no you have the best kicker in the NFL history by far, Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, I had Dan Bailey.
No. Dan Brady's not going to the Hall of Fame. Adam Vinatieri might be the first kicker to go first ballot to Hall of Fame. He has 3 Super Bowls on his leg alone. He has literally kicked 3 game-winning. I think it's 2 Super Bowl game winners and an NFC Championship game winner. Adam Vinatieri is the greatest kicker of all time. So not only do you have that to go with you, we don't have Vinatieri because no one has ever had a Vinatieri because he's literally the greatest kicker of all time, as I've already said. We are not going to get any tuck rules. We're not going to get any good calls. Of course, a.k.a. Dez. We're not going to get that. You're not going to get that lucky call. Anything you do has to be 100% on you. No team will take a day off on you because if you play Dallas, you're going to be on TV. So there's no games off. There's no bad days Because if there is a bad day, everyone will see it. You'll be scrutinized.
So y'all talking about y'all don't have bad days?
Oh, no, we have bad days.
Oh, y'all have all bad days. So what's wrong with bringing a guy like Tom Brady who rarely has bad days?
Oh, no. He had all bad days last season because he wasn't good last season. Again,
12-4 to 8-8.
I understand. 13th QBR, which is here. 4th is here.
Playoffs.
And his high was 10.
Y'all not in the playoffs.
Hey, did we have Stephon Gilmore?
You said what?
We had a cornerback that had 8 picks.
Did they have Amari Cooper?
Actually,
did they have Ezekiel Elliott? Did they have the offensive line that y'all have?
What does that mean?
Did they have Michael Gallup? Did they have Randall Cobb?
What does that mean?
He's
never won with those people, so what does that mean?
I'm just saying, if you have these receivers and you give Tom Brady these receivers.
And he'll lose again for the 4th time.
If you look at it,
he'll lose again.
Tom Brady still had over 4,000 yards and had 24 touchdowns, all right?
What was his QBR again? I don't care about those numbers. I want to care about when everything is combined into QBR, which is a stat that talks about passing yards, completions, downfield throws, throwaways, all of that into one stat.
See, Ron,
I don't want to just hear yards.
I'm talking about, Ron. I'll make sure everybody understands. This is how my face be every time Ron talks, all right, in the podcast. So now y'all can understand how my face is all the time.
Tom Brady's not top 10 quarterback right now.
How are we gonna have this conversation? You say it again?
Tom Brady's not top 10 quarterback right now. He was actually 13th. And that was his high. His low was 15th last season. So he actually was worse than 13th at some points. He also lost to the Dolphins, which, I mean, I can understand if it wasn't his fault. Like, I can understand like if he didn't throw a pick, but he also threw like a pick, 6. It was just, if it wasn't on him, because I understand sometimes quarterbacks can just lose games against bad teams. It's not their fault. They can actually have a good game. They actually could be in a great predicament. They weren't even in a good predicament that game to win it. So I just can't give anything to that. You also lost to Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill. I can't get over that.
Let's end this. Matter of fact,
your road record is negative in the playoffs as well. And knowing us, we won't have the luck of having the number 1 seed because the NFC is stacked. So you're not a good road playoff quarterback since you love these playoff stats. So Tom Brady has a negative road record in the playoffs. So through all that,
you're saying all that, but at the end of the day, we're just talking about straight football, all right? And Ron, I know you know your football, Ron, but what you're saying right now is scaring me, all right? You're telling me you won't rather have Tom Brady this year, who is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yes.
He has won 6 championships.
Congratulations.
He has done very good in the playoffs. You're telling me that you don't want him, you want Dak Prescott?
Yeah, I want the quarterback that was 9 people
gives
a
you the best
yes.
chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes. Also, playoff-wise, has Dak had a bad playoff game? Show me the below-average QBR he's had. Just please. Aaron Rodgers, 300 yards. He beat Russell Wilson. You play against the Rams. You out-QBR Jared Goff that game. He has yet to have a bad playoff game.
And has yet to get a W. Has yet to get to
we
the
have
NFC
one. We have one.
championship.
Okay, there we go.
All right?
A caveat. Okay.
This is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, man,
he has yet to score 9
behooves
points in a
me
playoff
as
game.
Cowboys fans, that I have a Cowboys fan right here, who's seen every year, seen the disappointment that the Cowboys bring every year, going from Tony Romo to Dak Prescott.
Again, we're not going to get any luck. We're not going to score 9 points and win.
When
it's
you
not
have
gonna
the opportunity to get a guy like Tom Brady, they say no. What do y'all want, Cowboys fans?
He scored 9 points in the playoff game.
Do y'all want to be good? Do y'all want to have a chance to get Super Bowl? Do y'all want to be able to have the opportunity to say, we are America's team because we go to the Super Bowl? Or do y'all just want to stick at what y'all have?
But Tom Brady would never go to another Super Bowl again.
Okay, never go to Super Bowl again?
He would never go to Super Bowl again. Okay. Mark it down right here. Okay. I don't care what team he's on. He's done. Okay. His career over. Washed. Okay. Done. Wow. 13 to QBR. You scored 9 points in the Super Bowl against a defense that wasn't that good.
The Rams defense wasn't that good?
No. Akeem Talib, where's he at right now? Retired. Marcus Peters, you went to a second stop, you looked better as a zone corner, but we all know you can't man up. So, come on, Aaron Donald, okay. Everyone else, not good, because Dante Fowler wasn't as prolific when they went to the Super Bowl as he was last season. So, but this is my last thing. 9 points. A team will never play that bad against the Dallas Cowboys, because once again, they just don't play that bad against us because we just don't have that type of luck. Where team's going to score 6 points. Like, you can admit to that. No team is ever going to just score 6 points now.
Okay, well, it was a good
6 points.
Game. It was a good defensive game. All you know is Tom Brady won it.
I guess. Well, 9 points. If I will accept Tom Brady as our quarterback if our defense is going to allow 6 points. But we all know that's not going to happen, so I'm just going to move on.
See, this speaks to how miserable
Yeah,
Cowboys
we're not gonna
fans
score.
are. They just
No.
never want to win. But I feel
Yeah.
you. I feel you. Okay.
Anyway, now we're going to caveat back to the NBA. So, do you think that the Houston Rockets will work without having a center?
Yes, they will. Now let's understand this. All right. Number one, PJ Tucker, 6'5". He's only 6'5", right? Which is something different. But he's one of the most toughest players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that, right?
Oh, definitely. Probably top 10 tough
Yeah.
people. Tough
You
guys.
have this 5 and out. Mike D'Antoni, he loves experimentation. Daryl Morey, he loves experimentation, which I give him props. I give Daryl Morey props. A lot of props for doing what he's done. I said in the last
Great GM.
podcast, like, he's done a lot of good things, and I really appreciate the stuff that he does, especially when the owner talks about, I need to make sure the salary, our salary cap was low.
Yeah, that owner's
because-
annoying right now.
Yeah,
He's
that
very
was
annoying.
weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dumb. But at the end of the day, Daryl Morey made something work, and what he did was he got in a 3D player, which is Robert Covington, right? That's something that he always trying to get all the time. He finally got it, and you have that lineup with James Harden, Russell Westbrook. You have Robert Covington. Daniel House? Is it
Daniel House.
Daniel House.
Daniel House or Ben McLemore, whoever's shooting, whoever's hot.
Is Daniel
Yeah.
House. But and PJ Tucker. That's a 5-out. That's a 5-0. You know what I'm saying? You give opportunities like Russell Westbrook, who has been on a tear lately, especially against my Boston Celtics. Look crazy. I was amazed.
Westbrook's playing pretty good. This
I was
is the
amazed.
perfect fit for Westbrook.
This is the perfect fit for Westbrook, especially for Harden, too. They've both been on a tear lately, too. You give them opportunities to actually do something, I'm going to tell you, they got a chance to make some noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think I think their floor extremely high. Like the lowest they can possibly go, they're going to make the play. Like that's their floor. It's just a 5th or 6th seed. Their ceiling though, I think it's like the Western Conference Finals at best. Do you think they can even possibly get there to that ceiling? Because that's their ceiling for me. I don't think they can win the Western Conference Finals. I think they can get there.
If Harden and Westbrook can actually use what they did in the regular season, actually play like that in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, but that's a wish.
I might be a little scared. The Rockets. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna be a little scared.
If James Harden can play like he averaging 35 right now, and of course more efficiently. My big thing is efficiency. He is not that efficient, even though his his true shooting percentage is like 61 or like maybe it's like 58, which is way better than it's ever been in his case. So I do think it can work to an extent. Like I think because like you said with the spacing thing, the spacing on that team is probably the best in the NBA. Only because like you said everyone can shoot, but Westbrook, who can shoot the mid-range shot and can shoot threes somewhat. He's a low volume. That's the word for him we're going to use. Low volume three-point shooter. If he takes 3, he can make 1, maybe 2 if he's hot. But if he's taking 8, he'll hit like 2 because that's just not his game. So if he shoots a couple of 3s just to keep defense honest, he'll be good. Like I think I've been seeing a lot of him going 1-for-1s lately, and just not after he makes that 1, the defense has to I have to guard him now.
And their team's not even fully healthy because you gotta understand that.
Because Eric Gordon is still not 100%.
He's not even 100%. So you got Eric Gordon coming off the bench. You have that lineup.
And Ben McLemore has had like a career, revelation. Yeah,
he really.
He's been playing. I mean, for a role player, he's been playing amazing. This team is a great fit for him because he's a decent defender. Because I think he was like 6'5", 6'6", so he has length to play D, like almost like a J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith wasn't an amazing defender, but when the time came to it, he could always D up. Because you're 6'6", you have length and you're athletic. But right now, like I said, this is Westbrook's best fit. It could not be a better fit for Russell Westbrook. For one, he's a great rebounder, and now he can actually be the best rebounder on a playoff team. Like his strength is rebounding,
He can go back
and now
to
he can
doubles.
use that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. He loves passing the ball. People think he doesn't like passing. Westbrook likes to pass. Like he actually passes a little too much sometimes because when his shot's a little off, he gets a little passy where defense isn't even guarding him, kind of thing. But my biggest thing is James Harden's been chilling, which is good for him because for the playoffs, he might be 50-plus James Harden in the playoffs, which I would love to see because for him, I love James Harden and his game, but in the playoffs, the production isn't there.
Yeah, the only problem I have is, when the playoffs start, everything slows down,
Yeah.
And that's where, the bigs are able to really take an advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's the only problem I have with Houston Rockets. But hey, if they can make this work,
Yeah, they played. Oh, if they play Denver, I feel like they're not going to sweep Denver, but they're going to beat Denver pretty bad. Like, how are they going to guard Jokic? No, how is Jokic going to guard anybody on the court? Because he already can't guard centers. So if you put him even on PJ Tucker might blow by Jokic. Like that's terrible. And of course, Robert Covington, he definitely can't guard Cov. Because Cov is actually like legit. If you think of 3-and-D, I'm thinking of like him. Like that's him, Danny Green. Like you're legit 3-and-D. Like you can shoot and play D. That's your game. But Covington, I think what is he 6'9", 6'8"? He's a big wing.
6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, he's a big like wing. He's like I think he's their 4, even though he's taller than PJ. I don't know what that's about, but that's probably a defensive thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, because mainly like with PJ Tucker, like he's so tough as a player. Like you could put him. Well, he played the 4, but I mean you could put him at the 5 in the small ball lineups and be able to be effective with it. He's like he's like a bulldozer. He's real tough.
Definitely a bulldozer.
Nobody's not gonna like box him out or stuff like that. Or nobody's not gonna post him up. He's a hard player to post up. Like
he played good against AD too.
Yeah, there was one where Brad Stevens he was talking about he said, just because you think that they're small, don't mean that you can post them up. This team is very hard. This team is very hard to post up because
they're gritty now.
They're gritty. They're gritty, and their bigs that they have are very strong. Like they're strong. So that's why I'm saying. Well, the only thing is when they go into the playoffs, they're playing against Anthony Davis in the world. They're playing against the Montrezl Harrells in the world.
They're gonna make the Lakers have to bench JaVale though. JaVale cannot play against that lineup. He probably has to.
AD has to be the 5.
Yeah, AD has to be the 5. And then if he gets tired, it's the playoffs. Would you taking 3 minutes off?
Healthy.
Yeah, if he's healthy.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you have to throw Dwight Howard in, who's been playing good. And Dwight's a little more athletic, and I've seen Dwight. He's not gonna guard any point guard or anything, but it won't be as bad as JaVale. JaVale's like a true 5 JaVale does not need to be switched on a guard. Dwight maybe could just, do a little contesting, but I don't think.
This ain't the 2K Dwight where, you can do the perimeter defense and the
oh,
post
yeah,
defense. This ain't that.
If they put Dwight on the 3-point line, he's getting blown by any guard.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, they're going to make a lot of teams change the way they play.
Especially, with Mike D'Antoni, he that's him. He loves the new experiments. He loves that stuff with offense because he's a genius. He's a genius. It's just the fact that when we get to the playoffs, we understand that the head coach and their best player don't have a lot of success in there. So I just want to see how that works. But I'm telling you, Ron, if it work, Ron, I don't know.
And also, you're going to have to keep up because they can shoot. And threes count more than 2s. It's just simple math right there. They're making a lot of threes.
Analytics. They are really big on analytics.
Yeah, Westbrook is their only mid-range
shooter. Or
shooter.
you're in the paint.
Yeah.
They rarely shoot.
It's just Westbrook, just because they know that's gets them comfortable to shoot more outside.
Yeah.
Besides Westbrook, no one's even attempting. James Harden, if he catches the ball in mid-range, he's literally stepping back. Like, it's in his mind to not even attempt that shot.
Yeah, so.
Like, he grabs it in mid-range, he's jumping back. Because he's like, I'm not even going to attempt to take that shot.
It speaks a lot to the Houston organization. They still keep on winning, which I give them props. Ever since Daryl Morey was hired, all he did was had a winning team. He done crazy trades,
crazy trades.
This crazy trades. If this don't work, let me trade. This don't work, I'm gonna trade. He always finds a good squad. Every year.
The chemistry is looking pretty good. Because Westbrook and James Harden are boys. You can kind of tell on court it's not as good yet. But again, the more and more games, they're playing. They're getting used to, okay, James like, I'm shooting 1 for 10 right now from 3. Westbrook, let's go. It's easy. It's almost like they don't even talk about it. They just know when to turn on and off the switch. I think that's really all I have to say about that one.
Westbrook, I feel like this will actually work out in the playoffs if they do good.
Yeah, it's going to be.
They're going to be really good.
Yeah. I might have to get a Westbrook jersey if they win like a championship or something, because then the haters are going to be gone.
Yeah, you might as well. You want a Cowboys jersey too with that too?
I would actually love a Dak Prescott jersey.
All right, anyways, yeah.
I would love that. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in to our first YouTube video of us moving M&R to YouTube.
Hey, man, it feels happy now. Y'all can actually see my face. It feels happy. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Hey, my Instagram is @callme_Malcolm.
Mine is at bigbands.ron, bands with a Z.
And if y'all have any comments, suggestions, just comment, just slide through my DMs in a sports aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to see
Repost the video while you're watching it.
Yeah.
We will repost on our different pages.
Yeah, make sure y'all
So.
share. We'll love sharing. So,
All right. Well, see ya.
see y'all.